Hey guys and gals, this is Sonic Arrow with the Tier 10 American tank destroyer, the T110E3. Frontally, it is almost impenetrable. Extremely high penetration or high explosive shells are the only thing you have to watch out for with its 305mm of armor. The sides, however, are only 76mm thick, and the rear gets a measly 38mm. With a traverse speed of 24 degrees per second, you will be in trouble when tanks start getting your side, and high explosive shells are capable of penetrating your rear armor, which can frequently cause engine fires. So you gotta watch out for that. The lower plate is also a weak point, but with 8 degrees of gun depression, it is not difficult to hide. And from what I've seen so far, this vehicle is great in platoons, as your friends can cover your flank. I've platooned with the Mosquito here in his T110E4, the other American Tier 10 tank destroyer, with less armor but a traversable turret, which gives it an advantage when going around corners or side scraping. The hatch on top of the E3 is actually quite well protected, having around 280 to 400mm of armor depending on the angle you're shooting at. So this thing is almost a rolling fortress and incredible for pushing down narrow lanes. It sports a 155mm cannon with an average penetration of 295mm, and if that's not enough, a PCR ammunition gets you 375mm of penetration with an average damage of 750, so much less on the 850 that it used to get, and it takes about 17 seconds to reload. So here we go. I've already took a shot at this T57 Heavy before, but this time I actually connect 870. That was a pretty high roll. Right now it is. It doesn't feel that great anymore, but it is still considered a high roll. Now one for the bad chat, I guess that's considered high. It's 3 hit points of damage more than average. And this guy's panicking now. Oh, and unfortunately that only hit the tracks of the bad chat. So, no damage there, unfortunately, for the Mosquito. And it looks like that last shot I did to the bad chat took out his ammo rack. Or damaged it, at least. And here we go. It's a 121 Chinese medium tank, Tier 10. Pretty big gun on that guy as well. I'm backing up over here, unfortunately also exposing the Mosquito to return fire. I didn't actually think this guy could get a shot on him, being so high up, and the Chinese tanks not having much gun depression. But here is the advantage of having a platoon mate. This 121 could have just driven over to my side once he's tracked me, and I'd be in big trouble. Fortunately, I did have a bunch of other team members sitting around right there, but who knows if they might decide to help me or not. And right here, these two over here, T57 and the T110E4, they're worried about the E100. But here's the great thing about the E3, you don't really have much to worry about, even if the E100 is firing heat rounds. Just angle a little bit, that wasn't a heat round anyway. Unfortunately, that was a low roll. And you can't expect these rolls since the nerf that the Tier 10 tank destroyers have gotten, and I'm trying to get out of there as fast as possible because there is a bad chat artillery firing on that position, and directly at the T57 Heavy, in fact. And now that we push through to the enemy base, here we go, an enemy T110E4 showing his side. Not much of a problem as long as I can aim properly. I believe it is 2.9 seconds to aim this cannon. And it's not too bad. It's the alpha damage isn't what it used to be, is what it is. And here's the traverse speed. Extremely slow. So you really need to have a backup when you're playing this thing, unless you're traveling down an extremely narrow lane where you can block off any attempt that the enemy may be trying to get access to your sides. It looks like the enemy Jagdpanzer E100 has returned, and the T57 Heavy is calling for help, so let's turn around, see if we can get back there in time. He's not on very much health, but neither is the Jagdpanzer E100. And here we go. E4 being a little bit better, I believe, in the soft stats for terrain resistance. Well, I guess we didn't need to turn around to help that guy, huh? But this is pretty much where the game ends. Oh, here's a Leopard 1. And if that shot actually connected, I should have killed the Leopard 1. But that was a no-go, unfortunately. So this is the end of the game for most of these slow vehicles. Basically, you cannot get to the enemy fast enough to kill them before your faster heavies, your mediums, and lights get to that position. And now it's just one artillery left, and he is spotted by the 268, which is actually very fast. So I don't think I'll be able to get a shot on that guy either. Yeah, he's gone. So I did manage to get a high caliber in this thing, only 3rd class mastery badge, and a measly 793 points of experience. But 9 shots fired, 7 hit, 7 penetrations for a total of 4,942 damage. And only one of those shots was from over 300 meters away. So this thing is actually pretty good at close quarters combat if you have something protecting your sides and your rear. Otherwise, all that armor is totally worthless. You could just sit back right at the back and snipe away, and you would not need that armor at all. Every shot that hit me bounced or just hit my tracks. Credits earned 42,000 with a premium account, 23,000 with a non-premium account, which is actually really nice because tier 10 vehicles don't normally make a lot of money. And I like this tank, but I've only played it for a few games. I'm sure there's going to be situations where I get completely outplayed because this thing is so slow. Can't reach, for example, if your team is extremely good and they go in with all their mediums and fast heavy tanks and totally destroy the enemy team, you will not be able to reach an enemy target in time to even get a shot off before the rest of your team clean up. So that's already happened with other slow tanks I've been playing. Not in E3, but I suspect it is going to be the same thing. Thanks for watching. Please press that like button and leave some comments. I'll see you in future videos.